Hey everyone, so I've been fielding a lot of questions recently on delayed egress. And we're going to talk about what is delayed egress. Let's probably start there, right? Delayed egress is a type of special locking arrangement that is permitted by Life Safety Code that prevents somebody from leaving an area. And we'll talk into like why we use that and where we use that. And we're gonna follow NFPA 101 2012 edition. We're gonna talk about that. The 2012 edition specifically because that's what the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, CMS, has adopted as part of the conditions of participations for healthcare. And we'll also talk about IBC because I think that's very important as well, which is the International Building Code. But in Life Safety Code, section 7.2.1.6.1. That is the section that deals about delayed egress. There are specific requirements we have to follow. There are specific things you have to do. There are times you can use it. There are times you can't use it. And we're going to talk about all of those things. Where is an example of where you use delayed egress? Well, a good example would be like maybe a NICU where you want to prevent child abduction, right? And there are other special locking arrangements that you can consider for that area as well, but that is an option. And code says you can prevent somebody from leaving for up to 15 seconds. So it's a delay up to 15 seconds. You push the bar, it creates a irreversible action where it counts down a 15-second timer and releases. You can go to 30 seconds where you have AHJ approval. And good luck getting that. Sometimes you can, but good luck getting it. And you can't use delayed egress if you do not meet specific requirements. So to do delayed egress, you have to be either a fully sprinklered building or have fire detection coverage throughout, right? So the question is, can I use delayed egress? Well, are you fully sprinklered? Yes or no? Oh, do you have fire detection throughout? Yes or no, right? And NFPA 101 2012 does not limit how many delayed egress systems, like how many delayed egress doors are within the path of egress. But IBC does. IBC will reference the 2018 edition, and again, International Building Code, because a lot of state and local jurisdictions follow IBC code and not Life Safety Code. So section 1010.1.9.8, 1010.1.9.8 says that you can only have one delayed egress in the path of egress. There is an exception for I2 and I3 occupancies. I2 occupancies are for hospitals, and it says you can have up to two if the total time of delay is not greater than 30 seconds. Right, so you've got multiple jurisdictions here. You've got that you have to follow. So you have to follow the most stringent, which says even though Life Safety Code says there's no maximum, you do have other jurisdictions you have to consider that may limit you from having, let's say, 3. Right, so that's something else. There's also specific signage requirements that you have to have, and we'll post that down below. But specific text that has to be on the door, and code says. What that is. I also want to point out that Lennon Peake did an article on this a few years ago. Shout out to Lennon as part of the ASHE Member Tools Taskforce, the MTTF. And I will put a link to that article down below as well. There's also a tool in there in that article that is literally a checklist of all the different special locking arrangements permitted in healthcare occupancies and where you can use it, what are the requirements, how to use it. So very, very handy tool. Great article as well by Lennon. I think that covers everything. If I missed something, I'll post it in comments below. But I'd love to hear from you guys how you're using delayed egress, if you have multiple in the path of egress. And until next time, happy learning.